This is Procrastination, the ultimate guide to overcome procrastination, boost your productivity, and get things done. Written by Brian J. Ellen. Read by Matt Montanez. About your coworkers and employees. There is a trend that is popular in the business world today. Some people believe that competition is the best way to boost productivity. No matter what line of work you are in, it is very likely that this approach will backfire. First, teamwork is much better than competition. When you use the approach that everyone is working for the common good of the company, more will get done. When the sense of competition is eliminated, each person will want to contribute his very best simply because it is his place to do so. He will not feel that he must outdo his coworkers, which in turn will increase the feeling of teamwork. When everyone is working as a team and working toward a common goal, productivity will increase. Second, everyone needs to feel that he is valued. This is as true in the workplace as anywhere else. The best employee and the employee who gets more done is the one who believes that his work is appreciated. Another factor in increasing productivity is to reduce the amount of tension, friction, and conflict in the workplace. When there are employees who make a point of not getting along with others, expecting someone else to do their jobs for them, or simply being difficult to be around on a regular basis, these kinds of problems should be dealt with as quickly as possible. All it takes is one or two people who like to argue or shirk the responsibilities onto others to turn any workplace into an uncomfortable place where no one can concentrate on doing their jobs. It is important to eliminate these problems so that everyone in the workplace can get things done. Productivity is at its best in the workplace where everyone present gets along. This does not mean wasting time with unnecessary chatting and visiting. Simply acknowledging that everyone is there for the same purpose is usually enough. The workplace should be a place where every employee feels comfortable. It should be a place where everyone knows that his coworkers all have the same goals in mind. When each person knows that he is a valuable part of the company and a valuable part of the team, each person will feel more confident and will be more productive. Avoiding burnout. There is very little that can cause a decrease in productivity as easily as burnout. While you may be tempted to believe that putting every waking moment into working on your job is a good way to get things done, there is an additional factor which you may not have considered. When you figuratively take your work home with you, you can increase your risk of burnout and get much less accomplished in the long run. This form of taking your job home with you does not involve doing some essential work during your free time. It involves keeping your work on your mind during your free hours. When you are at home or somewhere else other than in your workplace, you can easily burn yourself out by keeping it as your main focus. During your off hours, you may put a lot of time into thinking about your job. You may worry about whether you will get something done on time or the overall quality of your work. This can lead you to become overly stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. You may become more fatigued by your work when you are thinking about it and worrying about it than when you are actually doing your job. If you do not actually have work to complete after your normal workday, you can avoid burnout by leaving your job at your workplace when you go home. Instead of stressing yourself out over whatever you need to accomplish the next day or how much progress you are making with something you are working on, try learning how to leave those thoughts and concerns at your place of business. When you have free time, develop some positive habits, learning how to relax, to participate in healthy recreation, and giving both your time and focus to your friends and family will all reduce your risk of burnout. When you have begun to develop these habits, it will not take long for you to see the results. Be goal-oriented. If you don't know where you're going, you might not get there. New York Yankees player and manager Yogi Berra was right on target when he made that statement. It is an excellent thought to keep in mind for your work life. You may be surprised at how many people do not know what they are aiming for in their work life. On the other hand, you might be one of those people yourself. If so, now is the time to become goal-oriented. When you know where you are going, that is one of the biggest steps toward ensuring that you do get there. When you are preparing to go to work in the morning, what is the very first thought to cross your mind on the subject of your goal? If you are like many people, you do not think about it in terms of a goal at all. Instead, you may be thinking about how much work you will have to do or how nice the paycheck will be at the end of the week. If you shift your
Sample complete. Ready to continue?